Hi everybody and welcome to another tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this really cool Edelweiss bracelet, and this was designed by Loom on Instagram, and I'm going to bring up her profile in just a second. I just wanted to show you this up close and also the back side here. So here we are at Loom profile, and I just want to show you a quick overview of her profile. I've done a lot of designs for her in the past, or tutorials for her designs in the past, and I will be doing more in the future, so make sure to keep an eye out for that and always check out her account. I will have it in the description box below. And I'm going to show you how to make this today for like the 4th time since I messed up the last 3 times. So you're going to need today a hook, a C-clip, and 6 or 12 bar pins depending on whether you're making a half version or a full wrap. So you're going to need it set up like this, and I guess we'll go ahead and get started. Today I'm just going to show you what colors as I go along like I usually do. For the border here, which is Tarantula Glow, I'm using Liberty Blue. And you're going to place your first band across these bottom 2, and then go up to the outside twice till you reach that outer pin, and then up to the outside twice here so you can reach that outer pin, and then we're going to just do 2 single chains going all the way down the loom until we reach our 3rd to last peg. And then I'll show you what it looks like when I get down there. Alright, so once you're at the 3rd to last peg, you're just going to close it off by going up into the center twice on each side. And then we're going to save these last 2 pegs because what we're going to do is put a cap in there later. So go ahead and come back to the beginning of your loom. What we're now going to be doing is placing these red bands in the center. And I'm going to be using the neon green and ocean blue, I think tie-dye bands. And just remember which band you start with because we'll be placing X bands. I'm going to start from the left and go up to the right, and then go from the right up to the left, and just keep this same order all the way down till I reach the end of my loom. Just remember which band is on the bottom. You will need to know when we start looping. Okay, so once you reach the end of your loom, it's supposed to look like this with your 2 X bands ending here. Then come back to the beginning of your loom. Now we're going to place our next band, which in here is the gray, and it's actually easier to see on the back. It looks like this. So I am going to be using electric blue glow for this, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to place this up into this, out from the center. So from here out to the side, and from here out as well. So you're going to be doing this all the way down your loom. Oops. once you reach the end of your loom, it should look like this now. And then your last bands will end going up to here. Then come back to the beginning of your loom, and we're now going to place our next layer. And we're going to be placing actually 2 layers, but they kind of will be one when you loop it. So it's going to be this layer on the outside, which is jack-o'-lantern glow, but I also use jack-o'-lantern glow for the center, so that's why I kind of separated it. It'll be connected to the tarantula glow on the outside. So I'm going to be using black for this, and what we want to do is take your first band, and you're going to go, not from here, sorry, you're going to go up into the center from this outer left pin here. Make sure that your bands don't overlap like mine are. And then you're going to go up into center again. And you're going to do this all the way down until you reach the end of your loom. And you also want to do this on both sides. And it should look like this when you get down to here. You're not going to place one here because we already have our border band. It doesn't matter which order you place it for this part. I'm just going to go back down the other side of my loom now. And again, push your bands down. Once you get back to the beginning of your loom, what we're now going to be doing is placing the layer on top, which is still black. And what we're going to do is start again on this left peg and go up into the center. And then go up one peg and just go up into the center all the way down. That band is kind of messed up. Then your last one will end up here, and go ahead and push those down as well. And then place this up the right side as well. Okay, once you finish that, your loom should now look like this. And what we're going to do is come back to the beginning of our loom, and we're now going to be placing our 4 single chains, which are these jack-o'-lantern glow right here, and then it's these ones with the gray as well. So I'm going to use white for this, and all you're going to be doing is placing a single chain up each of the 4 middle pegs. So I'm going to go ahead and place all of mine, then I'll come back and I'll show you how to loop the rest of it, or how to start the looping, I guess. Alright, so once you reach the end of your loom, it should look like this with all 4 of your single chains ending, connecting to your border. So now go ahead and turn your loom around so that the arrows are pointing towards you, and we're going to be placing 3 cap bands here. And I'm going to use my border color. 2 bands are going to be triple capped, and 1 band is just going to be a double cap stretch across 2 pegs. So my first triple cap is going to go here on this single chain. And then my second triple cap is going to go on the opposite side here. And then my regular cap is going to go across these 2 pegs. So once you have finished that, now what we're going to do is just simply loop up this entire single chain. Or all 4 of them. So just going underneath and grabbing the top band and looping it forward, it shouldn't be too difficult, hopefully. Hopefully this isn't your first loom bracelet. I'm going to go ahead and do this all the way down the loom. Alright, so once you have finished the looping, it should look like this, at least for your single chains. And what you're going to do is just go ahead and push down these bands a little bit so we have room to loop later. And what we're going to be doing now is looping these black bands here. And what we first want to do is loop the long band since they are on top. So what you're going to do is go underneath the cap band and grab that black band and pull it to itself. Then go inside here and grab this black band and pull it to itself, and so on down the loom. Just grab that top band and pull it to itself. Don't touch any of the short stretch bands yet because we have to loop those differently. And then push your bands down. I'm going to do my other side and then I'll show you the top. Alright, so this is what it should look like at the top. Your bands will be looped up to here. Go ahead and push down those bands and come back to the beginning of your loom. We're now going to be looping these short stretch bands, but we will loop them a little bit differently. So what you're going to do is find your first one. It should be here. You're going to go inside and grab this band, but don't pull it to itself. Instead, pull it down a peg. Same here. Go underneath and grab this band. Don't pull it to itself, but down a peg. And same thing, all the way down till you reach the end of your loom. and can go ahead and push those bands down. And I'm going to repeat this on the other side, then I'll show you what to loop next. Alright, so once you do that, go ahead and come back to the beginning of your loom. And what we're now going to be doing is looping these electric blue bands here. And what we're going to do is loop these a little bit different as well, so make sure to pay attention. Sorry, you're going to go underneath of here, and you're going to pull this into the center here. And then you're going to go underneath of this band, and you're going to grab the bottom half of it, right under here, and you're going to pull it straight forward. So again, go inside of this peg, pull this band to the center, but push back that top loop and grab the bottom half of that band. You're going to pull it forward. Then loop this in, pull the bottom half forward. And you're going to continue doing this all the way down until you reach the end of your loom. You're going to do the same thing on the right side as well. The last one will be looped forward like this. Now make sure that you push down these center bands here. And I'm going to repeat this on my right side, then I'll show you how to loop the next couple layers. Alright, again, it should look like this at the top of your loom. You're just going to pull this last band forward and push down all of these bands and come back to the beginning, and we're now going to be looping these X bands in the center. So just go underneath of this cap band, grab your bottom band and pull it to itself. And here, grab this bottom band, pull it to itself. My bottom band is always going to be on my left, so I'm going to pull that up to itself, and the right band up to itself as well. So go ahead and do this all the way down until you reach the end of your loom. When you get to the top, just push down these two top pegs, come back to the beginning, and what we're now going to do is simply loop the border. So go underneath the cap bands and grab that last band and pull it to itself. And then go underneath of that triple cap, pull the bottom band to the outside. Then go ahead and just loop up the single chain. And then I just like to take these bottom 5 off, or this bottom 6. Technically it's 5 bands, but there's 6 pegs. And then I'm going to continue looping this up, and let's see what it looks like when I take it off the loom. Last one, you'll just loop up into the center here, and then go ahead and grab this band, or the 2 bands that you put across the last 2 pegs. Try and grab the other half of it, and put both sides on my hook, and be very careful in the first one, and pull this off of the loom. It might also help if you take off these side bands first before you take off the center. Just be careful that that doesn't come off. Oops. Okay then. My loom is coming apart. The center part is very tight, so make sure that you don't break your bands when you're taking this off. Alright, so just stretch out your bracelet a little bit. So this is what the back side will look like, and this is what the front side will look like. So that's going to do it for this tutorial. Thank you for watching. Make sure to give a thumbs up and subscribe. I will have Loomer Kitten's name in the description box below, so make sure to check her out and give her a follow for me. And I hope to have another tutorial up tomorrow, so stay tuned for that, and I hope to see you next time.